Hey guys, my name is Nelson. I'm period 2 for Mr. Dekofsky's class, and today I'm gonna be showing you just some little tips and tricks on the unit circle. Let me just erase this. Alright, so I'm gonna draw out the unit circle right now. I'm gonna draw the X and the Y axis, as you can see right here. I'm gonna draw my 30, 45, 60, 90 degrees right here, 120, 135, 150. This one's gonna be 180. And then we're gonna go 210, 225, and 240. This one's 270 right here. And then we're gonna go 300, 315, 330, and then all the way around to 360. Okay? So now, to start off, so each individual line inside the quadrant, the quadrants are quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and then this one's gonna be quadrant 4, like that. Yeah, like that. Okay, so each individual line right here, so this is gonna be 0 degrees. Each individual line, so this one is gonna be 30. Once you get to the line, it's gonna go up 15 degrees. So it's gonna be 30. You're gonna go up 15. It's gonna be 45. Another 15. It's gonna be 60. And then you're gonna get to your 90 degrees up here. And like I said before, 120, 135, 150, and then 180. Like that. And we're gonna go down 30 degrees, so we're gonna go 210, 225, 240, and then we're gonna be down below at 270. Okay. Now we're gonna go over 30 degrees. That's gonna be 300, 315, 330, and all the way around to 360. Okay, so to find out all the coordinates, you really only need this quadrant right here. So for the 30 degrees, the coordinates are going to be rad 3/2 and 1/2. Right here. 45 degrees, I'm going to delete this quadrant 1. 45 degrees is going to be rad 2/2 and rad 2/2. Like that. And 60 degrees is going to be the opposite of 30, so it's going to be 1/2 and rad 3/2. Okay? So now, you can pretty much solve for all of the other ones just by knowing these. For example, say I want to solve 150. So all you're going to do, since this is 30 degrees and then this is 30 degrees, they're pretty much the same angle. So I'm going to copy down rad 3/2, 1/2, and I'm also going to do the 135, 120. It's going to be the exact same thing. I'm going to erase this. So the middle one, rad 2/2, rad 2/2, and 120. They're both 60 degrees from the x-axis. 60 degrees. This is going to be 1/2. Rad 3/2. Okay, so something to keep in mind, say you have a point on the quadrant 2. So say a point were to be right here. What you would do is you would go negative left and then positive up. So same thing when you want to figure out the coordinates. The x is going to be negative, and then the second coordinate is going to be positive. So all you would have to do is add a negative to the x, and those are your coordinates for the left ones in quadrant 3. All right, now let's go down below to quadrant 3. So let's do 210. Same thing as the 30 degrees. 210 is 30 degrees from 180, so we're just going to copy down the same thing. Rad 3/2 and 1/2. 225 is the middle one, as 45 degrees. So 225 and 180, that's 45 degrees. So it's going to be rad 2/2 and rad 2/2. And 240, it's 60 degrees from 180. Same thing as when you start from the x-axis, 60 degrees. So it's going to be the same ones. 1/2 and rad 3 over 2. Okay? So now, say you have a point right here. So how would you get to that? From right here. What you would do is you would go negative this way and then negative down. So same thing with the coordinates. You would add negative this way and a negative down. So all you would do is just add negatives. Alright? And then we're going to move to the fourth quadrant. Give me 1 second. Alright? So we're going to be at the 330. We're going to do 330. So it's 30 degrees from 360 down. So we're just going to copy the rad 3 over 2 and the 1/2. 315 is in the middle, same thing as this one. It's going to be rad 2 over 2 and rad 2 over 2. And then the 300, it's going to be 60 degrees down from 360, so it's going to be 1/2 and rad 3 over 2. 1/2 and rad 3 over 2. Okay? So same thing, I just put a little point. And then I think about it this way. So if I want to get to this point, you're going to go positive this way, and then you're going to go negative this way. So your x's are going to be positives, and then your y's are going to be negatives. So it'd be negative rad 3 over 2, or positive rad 3 over 2, negative 1/2, positive rad 2 over 2, negative rad 2 over 2, and 1/2, and negative rad 3 over 2. And well, that is my lesson for you guys. Thank you. Alright, so now we're going to be talking about radians. Same thing like with the coordinates. All you really need is quadrant 1. So I'm going to erase this. I'm going to make the circle a little bit bigger. Okay. So say I wanted to solve for degree 150. Okay. So, thing to keep in mind is this is pi over 2 pi, 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi. Okay? So, since this is 30 degrees, so since 150 is 30 degrees from 180, it's basically like saying that it's pi over 6 away from pi. All you would have to do is pi minus pi over 6. So then we have to get our common denominator, so you multiply by 6, get this to be 6. So 6 minus 1 pi is equal to 5 pi over 6. So 150 is 5 pi over 6. Now I'm going to get my eraser that fell onto the ground of my car. Okay. Okay. So let's do, I don't know, 300. Okay. It's 2 pi, pi over 6, pi over 4, pi over 3. So 300 is 60 from 360. So it's basically pi over 3 away from 2 pi. So you would do 2 pi minus pi over 3. You want to get your common denominators, so you multiply by 3. So then you would get, I'm going to move over here, 6 pi over 3 minus pi over 3 is equal to 5 pi over 3. Okay, so 300 degrees is equal to 5 pi over 3. Okay, I'm going to erase this. So as you can see, the unit circle, it's not really like that hard. Like at first, it might seem kind of challenging, but as long as you remember your quadrant 1, as long as you remember your quadrant 1, this guy right here, 30, 45, 60, and just remember that this is rad 3 over 2, 1/2, rad 2 over 2, rad 2 over 2, and then 1/2 and rad 3 over 2. And as long as you remember your radians, pi over 6, pi over 4, and pi over 3. Pi over 2, pi. This is in reality all you would need to find your coordinates or the radians in a unit circle. And well, that will complete my little lesson for today. And well, thank you guys, and I hope you guys have success in the unit circle.